Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Where I am standing, you're right in front of what used to be the Isle of Capri Casino Hotel in Lake Charles, Louisiana. As you can see, this place is now called the Horseshoe. Now, 30 years ago, I came out here with my family, and we actually slept in this hotel. But of course, back then, it looked much different. It was painted in bright tropical colors and had a parrot on the side. It was themed to a tropical island. But now it's painted all gold, as you can see. And it's got the whole gold horseshoe because as a sign of good luck. Now, if you thought the exterior of this place looks different today, then you haven't heard of what it used to look like from the inside. In just a few minutes, we're gonna go inside the building. I'm gonna show you around and show you the best I can remember about this place and how it looked in over 30 years ago, and compared to what it looks like now. And so, let's now enter the building. Here is the main entrance to the Horseshoe Casino Hotel. And as you can see, it looks a lot different than it did 30 years ago. And before all this was here, there was an actual jungle right here as soon as you walked in, with animatronics and everything. It was like Rainforest Cafe and Pirates of the Caribbean combined. Sadly, when the last hurricane hit a couple of years ago, everything inside was destroyed, and so they had to remodel everything. But it really looks magnificent, gotta say. And we'll explore more of the building in just a moment. We are now standing on the water edge of the Horseshoe Casino Hotel. There's another thing I forgot to mention to you earlier. This place also had a big riverboat for people to climb on board and gamble on. And we're now standing on the dock where the riverboat used to be, because as you can see, it's not here anymore. But we're standing at the spot where it used to be, and I don't know where that boat is now. But one funny thing is that when I was here 30 years ago, my dad went on board the boat to gamble, but he didn't know that it would set sail across the lake and every now and then, and so the boat set off while he was still on board without him even realizing it until it was too late. He was out on the lake for several hours before it finally returned to the port, and where he got off. And here's the big bridge that spans over the lake that goes right by the hotel. And here's the masthead where they would tie the boat to the dock to keep it from floating away. But now, as you can see, there's an industrial harbor over there to load the barges with gravel or concrete or whatever that stuff is. And here's the more exterior of the building. But the thing that I wanted to show you was located inside the main hotel and not the actual casino itself. But maybe I'm wrong. And so let's head over there now. We are now inside the hotel and casino. Now, right now it looks very beautiful and grand, as you expect in any casino hotel. But 30 years ago, when I came here for the first time, the interior looked much different. It had fake palm trees and a jungle setting and animatronic birds and monkeys, and it had fake waterfalls, and best of all, it had an animatronic show featuring an animatronic version of the infamous pirate Jean Lafitte and his pet talking toucan. They would talk with the audience and tell funny jokes and all that. And being right behind the pirate and the toucan, there was a grotto with a waterfall that played the holograms of two women that would appear in an opening in the cave. And they would talk and sing songs. And there was also two animatronic dogs that lifted and lowered their heads, and a turtle right next to the pirate on the edge of the rock that Jean Lafitte was sitting on. But best of all, there were right in front of the pirate and his toucan was a pond, and this place had not one but two animatronic alligators. One sat right in front of Jean Lafitte, and the other sat in another pond a little closer to the main entrance. And as you can see, I've been searching for years. I've been searching for photos and footage of that show, but with no luck at all. So it goes to show you that these photos and videos of this place are very hard to come by. And also, well, that was back in the 1990s when YouTube didn't even exist yet. But hopefully somebody out there might remember this show and the original interiors. And if so, if they have any photos or footage of it, they would have stumbled on a true holy grail in the YouTube history community. And the two alligators that they had here would be excellent for submechanophobia videos that I like to watch on YouTube and I've heard about, because I myself was a little creeped out by the alligators. But my mom reminded me that the alligators were not real and that they were only pretend. But for me, I just came back here to relive the nostalgia and to see how much of it has changed, and to show you that progress really works out. And I learned that the reason why they had this remodeled was due to the last hurricane. Everything was remodeled. That's why everything looks so different. It was closer to the bridge, and they moved it back several feet from the bridge, because now that I mention it, I remember that hotel was being much closer to the bridge than it is right here. But as you can see, like I said, there is nothing left of the animatronic show and the original main entrance, which is really sad that they got rid of that. Now, in summer 2009, when I was coming home from a trip to Florida and South Carolina, we stopped by this place, and it was still called the Isle of Capri then, but even by then the animatronic show was all gone, and it was mostly just the palm trees. It was mostly palm trees, but but everything else was just completely removed. I was totally disappointed by that time, but now I don't know if I should feel for even more further disappointment or just happiness that I'm filming what I can, the best I can about what I know about this place, and to help other people out there, asking other people out there if they have any footage or photos of what it looked like 30 years ago, and to see if anyone else remembers that show. So for all you viewers out there, be sure if you have photos and footage of the original interiors of this casino hotel, please upload them right away, and I'll see you again for my next adventure. Happy Thanksgiving.